So here we have it, the Honda Hornet 900. Hello, it is Wednesday the 3rd of March. Motorcycle Diaries continue. My mission state is to take this back to street bike after a really nice, enjoyable radio show. It's got to be said, Kerrang, 10 till 2 during the day, catch me Monday to Friday. Yeah, rock and roll years for tomorrow are going to be awesome as well. But anyway, this bike, I've been riding this loads. I've probably put more miles on this than almost any other bike I've had in the diary, simply because I've had it for almost a month. It's been through all the bad weather. You can see how dirty it was when they gave me it. It had brand new tyres. You can see how kind of scruffed up it is all now, and I've ridden it in the rain and the snow and the mud. And the impression it's made on me has been pretty impressive, actually. So, you know what I mean? That 900 5-blade engine that's been retuned really works like a dream. You know, you can get smoothly through the gears, you can cruise long distances, just leave it in top if you want on the motorway, and just torque will bring you through. But what's also really nice about it is the fact that it is responsive. You know, you can actually ride it hard, you can, you know, have a bit of fun on it, because it has got that, I'd say, the old 5-blade engine. I mean, for a bike that's, what, 30,000 miles on the clock, it's a KE03 reg, it's 7 years old. This thing's been just great, and as an all-round bike, if you're doing a lot of commuting, touring, still want to maybe get out on a track. I mean, obviously it's not a full-on sports bike, but you can have some fun on it and get your knee down probably. And no, it's just really impressed me. It's a great all-round bike, and it's kind of hard, obviously, comparing this, say, for something like the Ducati Monster, which I love, £10,000, brand new, beautiful machine that I'm riding as well. When you're going to get on this, and you do think, if there is a practical side of it, it would say you don't need anything more than this, ever. But then, you know, you could probably say that about a decent 650. It's all about passion when it comes to bikes. And this, I'm not saying it lacks passion, because it does have that, but obviously it's not, you know, not like the Blade, it's not like the new BMW 1000, it's not like the Ducati Monster, it's a Honda Hornet. It does exactly what it says on the tin, but it has got that excitement of it, it has got that rideability, you know, which has really impressed me. Anyway, I'm going to get this back to street bike now, pick up my next Steve, which is the B-King Awooga with the Hayabusa engine in. That is going to be brilliant, and we'll also get one of the boys to give us a technical talk through the Honda Hornet. Wicked. See you in a bit. So here we are, outside the mighty street bike, arrived safe and sound. There's still glorious sun in the sky, which is always nice to see. Look at the state of this bike, and they gave it to me, it was so clean and polished. Now it's covered in mud. It's been used a lot, but as I was saying, it's one of the reasons I've really enjoyed riding this bike. It's a lot of fun to ride. Just coming up here, man, going through all the traffic and everything, reminded you how easy it is to filter through traffic, but how much power there is. There's a nice little kind of Yamaha that had a bit of a blip with, and as I say, you know, it's still got that retuned, obviously, but 5-blade engine at its heart, which is a lot of fun, and you can rev it a lot. I mean, it goes up to, you know, 9,500 before it redlines, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it's enough when you've got the power this has got, especially if you're just riding around town and stuff. And, you know, it's great to ride on the long roads. I've been really impressed with it, to be honest with you. As I say, when you look at it, I think it's the best looking bike in the world, but the more I've kind of ridden it, the more it's grown on me. That screen makes a difference as well when you're at speed. But it's just more of a case of, I think, we talk about bikes and passion and soul. This is a bike that you can do everything on. And once you ride it and you realise just how good it is, it's hard to justify going for someone else. But as a great example of something that has tweaked my interest, let's have a look at Gary from Street Bike's actual brand new R1. Yeah, so there's the two differences. Now, you don't need any more than this bike here, ever. You know what I mean? It's got more power, it's got everything that you could possibly want. But I'd still go out and buy that one. But then I'd probably buy that over almost any bike in the world. But that's just an example. But I've got to be honest with you, if you're looking for a bike to use on a daily basis, yeah, that you might want to take to a track day, you might want to do long journeys on, but, you know, you might want to use as a commuter, but also has that bit of excitement, has something a little bit different, and a bit of a racing pedigree underneath. Can't really go wrong with a Honda Hornet, man. This one's great. It's a 03 model, you know, 30,000 miles, and it's not even a new one. I'm still enjoying it. And as I say, it's probably the bike I've ridden the most since I've done the Diaries. So, thumbs up, man. It's more exciting things in the world, but probably not many better. So here we are at Street Bike, time for my technical chat with that man there, Mr. Jason. How the devil are you, Squire?
Nice to meet you all again.
Yes, good to see you, sir. We are here with the Honda Hornet 900. Now, I've had this for almost, 3 weeks?
About that, 3 or 4 weeks, yeah.
Done 300 miles on it. Absolutely, it's been one of the most usable bikes I've ever had, hence you see all the mud and everything on it. And we were just having a chat about it, kind of thing, just saying how, you know, look at the R1 over there. What a great piece of automotive pornography. It's brilliant. But realistically, this is a KE03 reg, it's 30,000 miles on it, about £3,000.
That's right.
Do you need anything else more than this, really?
I mean, it comes down to what do you actually need a bike for?
Yeah.
And what happens with a lot of customers is that they'll buy the style they want.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, the style, as a bike-wise, we like sports bikes, we like adventure bikes and whatever else. But sometimes we buy with our heart, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
So, sometimes you have to take a step back.
Yep.
And think, what I'm going to buy this bike for? What do I want to spend? And basically, at the end of the day, something like this, £3.5 grand, you You get a lot of bike for your money.
Yeah.
It's got an old blade engine in there,
Yeah.
which I think, if I remember rightly, came out the 2002 and 2003 model blade.
Yeah.
It's got the latest fuel injection at the same bike.
Yeah.
You got built-in immobiliser in there, as standard. So, you know, just because you're buying an older bike doesn't mean you're buying that older technology.
Yeah, and I've got to admit, I mean, that engine, for instance, really wants to go through the gears. It's racing. It really is powerful.
Yeah,
You can feel the pedigree in there. Obviously, you're not in a full down sports bike, but you really can kind of, as I said, you can feel it's a blade engine. It does want to go, and you can really get a lot out of it.
I mean, I reckon if you were to go around Donington, the old Donington,
Yeah.
like if you were around Donington Park and a blade on this, you would probably, realistically, go quicker on this than you would on the blade.
Yeah.
In real world terms. I mean, the fact of the matter is, none of us are GP stars.
No, true.
So let's buy something we can actually go out and ride.
You can, and you can get more out of this, if you know
That's
what I mean,
right.
unless, as you're saying, that's a very experienced rider. So what else is good about this bike?
With Honda's philosophy has been is to get weight centralised.
Yeah.
So they've gone for these under-seat pipes. Now, what it does, it ties up the whole bike.
Yeah.
Everything's tucked away. It makes it a little bit more practical for pillions.
Yeah. Because
there's less of the restrictions on the obviously the peg height, because they're not having to mount a can from underneath there as well. So, and as you can see, Luke definitely has used it because he's put it up for us. But you still got the practicality of putting a top box on it.
Yeah.
But I reckon if you went out on a Sunday morning with the lads, and they're on their old ones, or they're on their blades, you'd be there. You'd be in the
Keep up with them, wouldn't you?
But then you get on it Monday morning, and then you go to work as well, where you might leave the blade behind.
This is one of the things. It is, because it is an upright bike. It is just so easy to sit on and commute on. And it, you know, just coming down here today, you can see it's busy traffic around here and coming through kind of like the streets in Hagley Road of Birmingham. Being in that position, it's so nice. You just flick it between the cars. You're not worried about scratching your paintwork, your bodywork. You know, it's a lovely bike.
I mean, you can buy some practical bits and pieces for it as well, like the screens, handlebar,
heat grips and stuff,
and all that sort of stuff. So you can do plenty with it anyway. But you know, go back to basics. You've got a good build quality motorcycle for your money. You got the practicality. You ain't going to have a problem getting your partner on the back.
No, lots of
it's, you know, pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
And as you can see, the previous customer on this one's had a top box on it. More than likely had a backrest on it for his partner as well.
Yeah.
So it'll go down well down with the missus.
Yeah.
If you've got to spend £3.5 grand on a motorcycle.
Good all-round bike. And one thing I'd like to say about the exhausts is they're really nice and quiet around town. When you give it some, it has a lovely throaty growl that does kick in. So you know.
I think that's where it comes back from, using a sports bike engine.
Yeah.
I've got to say that Honda motors. People talk about them being geared down, retuned and whatever else. Probably the Honda motor's probably always been the best motor.
Yeah.
You look at a Hornet 600, it comes from the CBR6.
Yeah.
Cracking motor. I had a Honda X11, one of my favourite bikes.
Yeah.
That came out of the Blackbird.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're all good engines they're putting into these type of bikes. So to be fair to Honda, they give you something which is not yesteryear's model, really.
Yeah.
It's a modern bike. You know, so yeah, you might pay a little bit extra for one of these brand new.
Yeah.
You get a lot more long term with it.
Okay, now what category would this come into as well? I mean, like, what other bikes is it up against?
Well, I mean, if you were looking at machines, you'd be looking at phasers. In the Yamaha range, if you're looking at the Suzuki range, you'd probably actually, it's bigger CC and whatever else, but you'd probably throw this in with the B-Kingers in the sense of performance handling. And that type of stuff.
Well, I suppose because it has got it's got the pedigree engine, like the B-King's got the old high booster engine, isn't it? This has got the old blade engine. It's an upright bike, so it is kind of very comfortable.
Certainly from a tuning point of view.
Yeah, very true.
We know the engine's capable, don't we?
Yeah, no, very true. Yeah.
So you've certainly got an engine there that if you stick the aftermarket cans on it, re-gear it, play with the ECU on the bike.
Yeah.
You've got an engine there that's going to give you plenty of performance. I mean, the same engine this is in my current blade.
Yeah.
And I'm more than happy with it. So,
sweet.
You know, you can do plenty with this.
So,
comfort-wise, practical-wise, £3.5 grand, top quality bike, can't go wrong.
Brilliant. Cheers, Jace, as always, mate. Absolute pleasure. So, in other words, Honda Hornet 900 gets a technical thumbs up from Jace, gets a big thumbs up from me, having ridden it through some of the harshest conditions ever. Good work, Honda.